Welcome, everyone, not just me, to another episode of Map Making with Sparks. We are on the Mineathon server once more. It's the day after the last episode. I've been very, very busy. And I'm quite full. I just had some scones. Or scones. Whichever. Basically, yeah, whichever. If I could do anything, I would right now choose to be able to say two words at the same time. So then I could say scones and scones at the same time and overlay them. So I'd be saying them both at the same time, and then nobody would complain about the pronunciation because some people call them scones, some call them scones. Or you know what? A better wish would probably be to just wish that everybody called them scones. Or I could just call them something else. Skiones. Skions. Something like that. Then no one will know what I'm on about. It'll be great. I built a tunnel! Look, it's a tunnel. Basically, this is the block hunt entrance, and I sort of vaguely decorated it. It's supposed to look like it fades into darkness, but once you reach a certain point, you'll get taken through, and there's a nice message saying block hunt by accidental games, because I've done that bit. Oh, I've been so busy. And we've got a water map over here. And you can right-click on this, and it'll actually take you to the water map. And you'll see that the AGS map 1 now has 1 player, which is fantastic. And I've been given some potions, and I can drink these, and they'll actually turn me into a block just as you would want, which is great. Glass and workbench, and people will basically be given the opportunity to drink a potion when they reach this point. And I'm going to go and turn my blockiness off quickly before I start spurting blocks all over the floor. Okay, so let's get started here. I'll show you some of the things I have done, and then we'll get on to what I'm doing today. So first of all, I've tidied up the redstone quite a bit. All of the random redstone that was over there is now on the plot as it should be. I've labelled all of the command blocks as well, because I went over to the to get the code for this return to hub potion, which is, I can tell you quite quickly, is here, right here, because all my signs are labelled. But yeah, here basically, this is the command to get the potion, and I had to go over to, yeah, it does that. I had to go over to the hub to try and find the command, and very few of the command blocks over there are labelled, so I got a bit angry and just labelled all of mine in a fit of OCD-ness. I do label my code when I program quite a bit. Speaking of which, by the way, redstoning is more like programming than electronics now. I mean, look at it. This is the only redstone dust I have used for the whole map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 redstone dust for the whole map so far. It's kind of weird. And actually, you know what? Much better. I replaced the redstone dust with a fill clock, so when this is powered, it very briefly sets redstone blocks over this whole lot and powers them. So for example, if I do say hi here and then press this button, it will briefly trigger it. So, oh, I didn't even mention what this is for, did I? This is all of the scoreboards and things. So all the scoreboards are re-added. All the scoreboard settings are redone. So like friendly fire for the AGS Seeker team is turned off, things like that. So that's what this is for. Basically, whenever somebody joins the lobby, this is basically just testing for anybody in the lobby. It will trigger this. So that way, if the scoreboards are accidentally deleted or lost, the first person who joins the game will just recreate all the scoreboards and all the settings. So that's that. Signs, guys. Signs. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? You watching? Yeah. There's one of us in that game, which is the AGS Map 1 player. So what we're working on today is basically this, just finishing joining the game, or like starting the joining of the game, and the signs. Like we've got, I'm going to have my inventory cleared and given some potions in a second, but that's fine, we can ignore that. There we go. Oh, and it says hi again as well. Fantastic. So clickable signs, I hate them, I really do, but we've got the clickable bit working. This command block here set it for me. So basically it uses trigger commands. So do you remember the AGS area? Sidebar, AGS area. This scoreboard tracks where we are in the map. 100 is the lobby, and then 1 to 4 are the 4 different maps. Well, I basically recreated it. Before it was a dummy scoreboard and you can only change it using commands. Now it's a trigger scoreboard, which means that this one here, this command here, when it's right clicked, it triggers AGS area and sets the player who right clicked the sign to have a score of 1. So when I click this, I get an AGS area score of 1. As you can see, it now says 1. And my redstone then teleports me at sort of this stuff here. Nope. This one here. Kind of. Yeah. Teleport people to map 1. So if somebody within the area of the lobby has an area score of 1, which is what happened when we right click that sign, it teleports you to the starting position. And it also gives you an AGS countdown score of 10. If I just show you quickly, scoreboard, objectives, display sidebar, AGS, what was it, countdown? Join game count, there we go. So when I join a game, my count is going to jump up to 10, and then it's going to pop down to 0. So we can see that again if I right click this sign. I get a score of, oh, Takatina's back. I get a score of 10, and then it runs straight back down to 0. This is so we can give ourselves items. So he's been on and off all day. He's been very busy. His paintball thing is looking awesome, by the way. So once we have gotten a AGS join game thing, we get given our potions. So potion 1 is basically given to anyone. What is this? Oh, that's the wrong bit. That's the potion drinking. This is the one I mean. No. This is why I put signs on these things. Okay, so giving them the cobblestone potion. So this is the replace item thing, which I hadn't used before. But basically anyone with an AGS game count of 2, which means that they've counted down from 10 to 2, is given all the potions. So one of these command blocks gives each of the 4 potions, plus this one gives the return to hub one, which I put at the end slot out of the way so people don't accidentally drink it. And the glass one is down here, as is the workbench one. So that's, I hope I'm making sense. The thing about trigger commands, though, is that when I right click to allow a person to use a trigger sign, you need to enable them. So you need to do scoreboard players enable, and then the scoreboard you want them to be able to trigger to. It's basically to stop people spam clicking. So if I right click the sign, I will not be allowed to right click any other sign again until this command is activated. So what I've done is I'm just constantly activating it. So people can technically spam click, but because they're being teleported, they can't really. So anyone in the AGS lobby team is constantly having their AGS area trigger enabled. I think I've covered everything. I've done the awesome new map entrance. We've done the cool block hunt by accidental games thing. This one. Woo! It's basically just set so that you spawn in up here above the ground, and then you drop down, and that then causes it to fade out. You can't reach it by jumping, but if you fly, you go into it. I'm going to get rid of that high command block. So we're working on the signs today. This sign down... I did it again. Poor Takatino. This sign here is going to display on it if... Sorry. We need to have a minimum number of people to play. So the game won't start until X people have joined, which in the actual block hunt game is 12. And we need to make sure that no more than 24 people can join. So if the game reaches 12 people, we need to start it counting down to the game start. And if it reaches 24 or the countdown ends, we need to change this sign so right-clicking it no longer makes you join. If that makes sense. So that's today's project, displaying the number of players in a game on the sign and disabling it if the game is in progress. That's the project. And the other project is getting rid of that high command block. Because poor Takatino, he hates being greeted over and over again. So impersonally. There we go. Get rid of that. By the way, if it wasn't clear, all this sign stuff is completely new to me. And I'm happy in many ways. Like, I started doing map making series because because I wanted to learn how to make them, and I have learned a lot, and I feel like I've hopefully sort of shown what I've learned quite well in the series is, this being the second map making series. And it's nice to have something that I don't know what the heck I'm doing with. So, like this trigger commands and, oh god, JSON, I hate this stuff. So in some ways it's kind of nice. I didn't type this, by the way. There's a generator online. Just search, what is it? JSON generator? Tellraw, that's what it's called, Tellraw. So it's kind of nice to be a little bit clueless again and having to learn something new, like pasting scoreboard values into a command. So here we've got this bit here. We've got players. The name is players. That's, I pointed at the screen where firstly you can't see my finger and secondly the wrong scoreboard is showing, but the number of players is marked on it. Look, I'll show you. I'm rambling today, I'm sorry. Scoreboard objectives, set display sidebar, AGS, map 1 players. So 0. That players there is the one that is having its score displayed. So players and then objective AGS map 1 player. So whatever it says next to players, that's what appears on the sign when we press the button. And it's just a case of transferring that information over to that sign over there, which is fine. We're just doing a block data, and we're only editing text line 2 as well, so we don't even need to worry about replacing the entire sign. We just need to change that one line. So for example, if I do scoreboard scoreboard players join, oh no, not join, it's teams, scoreboard players set purple sparks AGS area 1, the number of players jumps up to 1. So if I press this, it now says 1 instead of 0, and likewise if I change that to 0, 0 players are in the game, and change this back to 0. So that's kind of working. I'd like to thank Spider Robot Man, who's one of the people on the server. He's doing a wither defense map, and he's a smart guy. He's helping me do a lot of the server stuff. He's in charge of a lot of server stuff as well. So I'm glad he showed me this stuff because I didn't know. It's kind of cool. Takatino spends his time alternating between working on his paintball and creating singing walruses, such as this little singing walrus here, who was attacking me earlier. He's really cute, and I believe it's like a little pet. It's awesome. I don't know what he's doing here though. Takatino has me completely distracted. What we're trying to do now is we're starting a new line up here. Oh, there we go. He's realised he's not wanted. Not wanted, you know, slightly distracting. It's fine. So what we're going to do is we started a new line because this could get redstone-y. I need to say that with a deeper voice, don't I? We start a new line because this could get redstone-y. We are going to be working on the design logic, which I think I've mentioned already, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. We're going to be using this thing over here that Spider was showing me. Test players AG stats. That needs to be changed. That's an old scoreboard variable. AGS map 1 players? I think it was. Is it map 1 players? It might be map 1 players. It's in here somewhere. Map 1 players. Yep. Whoops, I just tabbed out of my... Okay, yeah. So we can use this to check to see whether the number of players is within a certain range. This is the start and end range. So for example, if we wanted to see, if we wanted to make sure that the game countdown doesn't start until there are 12 people, we can do a range of 12 to 24. So while there's 12 to 24 players, our countdown will run. And if it drops below 12, then we will stop the countdown, if that makes sense. So if we stick this up here, stick it right on the end, why not? That is the edge of our... Oh. Right. This is an NBT command block. It's got code in it. That's why it just suddenly drew a line there. Let's get a blank one and get rid of that. I'm not really sure what sort of logic I need for this. I kind of want to start in the middle for fear of having to go too far that way and having to shift everything. So I guess I'll start in line with this and aim to go that way. That way it's sort of a bit of symmetry to it. Okay, so we're going to be checking for players within a range of... let's get some of that. 12 to 24 in game 1. However, for now I might lower that to just one player being needed to start the countdown so that we can test it properly. So currently score 0 is not in range 12 to 24. So if we set that to 1 to 24 and then join AGS area game 1, nothing happens. Fantastic. Has this clock stopped? It has. There we go. Now it turns on. But as soon as I leave that game, it will turn off. So this way we can tell when there are enough players in the game to start the countdown. That seems like a good start, right? If there are enough in the game to start the countdown, we also want to constantly update that sign. Let's get the coordinates. I have the coordinates for that sign. They're in this command block over here. So let's get this command here, which sets line 2 to have text on it. Put it, I don't know, here on the end. That's nice and safe, I think. Good. And then we get the coordinates for the sign over there from this command block. By the way, the 7 is whiter than the rest of the text in that command block, and I don't know why. I wonder if it'll copy. Right, so we'll get rid of that and put the actual coordinates in. No, the 7 is white now, see? If we go over to the lobby, we should now hopefully see nothing. Why not? Let's go have a look and see what the command block says. This is all new to me, guys. It's all new to me. This might be a slightly longer episode. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Cannot change block outside of world. That is 70,000 off. Now it's doing something. Is this one 70,000 off? No, see, it's just hidden. Hidden. Oh, you see that? I don't know anymore, guys. I just don't know. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, look at that, look at that. 0 out of 24. I might lower that a line, actually. Let's lower it a line. It doesn't look very good there. And it's kind of hard to read as well. I'm wondering if we should use a different color. Oh, that is so much more legible. Let's try joining the game. Oh, yeah, I should have seen that coming. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see that sign. We should probably... That's going to change me back to... Yeah, it made me leave the game when I came over here. I'm fairly sure it's working. I promise it's working. Honest. We need another person, really. I'll see if Takatino can come over a second. Right, so hopefully it's changed to say 1 now. Okay, good. And then it should change. So it's just when I enter the lobby, it sets me back to have a lobby score. So that's what's going on there. That's fine. Thank you. And now it should say 0 again. Yep. Good, good. Thank you, Takatino. Oh, I get it. He kept doing the smiley face like that. It's a walrus with tusks. Oh, I always thought it was like 2 skinny arms or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a walrus. It's pretty good. He's an alright guy, that one. Walrus smiley. See, I was going to use the hopper clock here. But the items in the hopper clocks keep duplicating. So that's probably not a very good idea. We are being given quite a high-spec server. But I always don't like using the dust. I've just had it drilled into me that dust is bad. Once it's moved, actually, you know what? Once it's moved to the spawn chunks, it won't really matter because the dust doesn't render for people. It's the particles from the dust that's the problem. So We could use a clock. Like one of these, I guess. Okay, I might have gone mad, guys. Have I gone mad? So, what we're doing here is we have a new scoreboard called AGS Game Status, and each map is going to have a value. 1 being in progress, 0 being ready to join, and possibly 2 being resetting, we'll see. But this command block here is testing to see whether map 1 has an AGS Game Status of 1 exactly. And if they do, then it will turn this torch off and it'll power this. And this is a clone command. So this is our clock. Basically, we're just turning the text grey if the game is in progress. So currently the game is in progress. So in here it says grey. If the game is not in progress, I'll just remove this comparator. That will now say dark blue. And that's basically because this command block's turned off, this torch is turned on, and this one here is cloning. There's 2 versions of the command here. There's a grey one and a dark blue one. Dark blue, grey. And so this one copies the grey one there. So the game is in progress and the numbers are grey. And the dark blue one is copied by that one to there from here, kind of thing. So we should actually be able to go see that from over here, since a newbie pro is here, but our favourite walrus is gone. So currently the game is in session. Oh, the numbers! I forgot about the other number. But if I change AGS game status, I'll just type it again. 0. Please go blue. Please go blue. Blue, blue, blue. Okay. This is all new to me, guys. It's all new. Has the comparator turned off? The comparator's turned off. That says dark blue. Oh, the clock's turned off because there are no players. Okay, that explains it. So we'd have to change that to 0. Another clock will turn on. While we're here, let's. Thought I heard something. That was my Skype. Premonition. I heard my Skype before it actually went off. I've changed it now to silent. What are we doing? We want to change the grey one to be fully grey. So there should be some blue. There it is, dark blue. Grey. Grey. It's grey for some reason it's called here. The thing with command block editing is if somebody says something in chat, it's very easy to miss it. Okay, right. Game is not in progress. The colours are blue, and if I change it to 1, it'll go grey. Yes, it did. That's very hard to read. Is there a darker grey? Yes, there is a darker grey. It's called dark grey. Okay, let's see how this looks. That is more legible. I like that, and it lets people know what's going on. There may be 0 out of 24 players, but they can't join. They're not allowed. It's too late. I'll have to wait for the game to finish. Whew. Okay, it's a good start. Alright people, I think that's going to do it for me today. I've finished the signs. So if we set the in-game status to 1, the water map, I've just noticed the underline vanishes. I need to fix that. But we've got water map, 0 out of 24, grayed out, and then game in session. If we right-click this... Oh no! Oh no! No. That was bad. Clicking is not allowed. We do not click the sign. This I have learnt. 1 second. By the way, that sign isn't actually there. I can place a new sign and it'll be there. Oh, it's going to be difficult now, isn't it? Okay, let's not click it this time. Clicking it won't work. We know that, but if I right-click, nothing will happen. And if I change that scoreboard value to 0, meaning the game is not in session and able to join, I can right-click, and it'll add us to the game. Fantastic. That's pretty good. Takatino has left his singing walrus with some reading material. It's a very odd sight. There's a wolf there. I don't know why he's not wolfing. Like not walking around. Maybe he's sat down. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty good. We got some good stuff done. That is actually a fairly small module. This would normally not be running because this would be testing for players between 1 and 24. I'm currently in that game, so it's still running. But yeah, that's good. That's good. We basically need to copy that 4 times or 3 times, 1 for each map. Put a bit of glowstone here just to reduce the block lag from reduce the lag from light updates from the dust. And I think that's good. We've got I'm just working on the 1 map for now, so we can probably shift that over to the end here and then make 3 other copies next to it, or build more. So that's probably good. So either in my own time or during the next episode, I will be working. I suppose next thing is game countdown to start, and then countdown to the end of the game as well. There's quite a lot to do, and not very much time to do it in. I've been kind of so busy with other Mineathon stuff like admin and just generally work and things that I haven't had much time. But this episode is running over long and I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop now. I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.